is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Gùgōng and the newest expansion, Panjin, or Pangong, however it's pronounced.
It's French, it's Pangong.
It's Pangong. So this was a game I think that came out either last year or 2 years ago, and then they did their Deluxe Edition, which, let's just go ahead and say it, that this is probably the best Deluxe Edition I've ever seen.
This is what luxury looks like.
Right?
Like, oh, I play board games. Yeah, but do you play board games?
Yeah, because I have quite a few Deluxe Editions at this point, or at least like all-encompassing things. So like Tricarion has a big like deluxe kind of everything all in one box. Yido has its Deluxe Edition that just came out. I just got my BattleCon stuff that organizes everything.
Oh, yeah.
But none of them have a velvet box, which I didn't even think it had that till I actually unwrapped it, and I was like, oh my god, like they went, it's just so sexy.
It is fancy as hell.
Yeah.
This is from the person who does not have any sticky, gross-ass kids walking around
Right.
the house. Like, this is the height of, like,
They
you
wipe shit on things.
You play this game and you have, like, plum wine and, like, sushi next to you, and you're like, what's that? Fancy!
Right? Yeah.
Even though you would never let us eat sushi next to your board games. It's just fair. Slinging soy sauce everywhere.
Yeah, nope. I mean, just
As
in sheer quality of components, like the metal first player marker, the day trackers metal.
Yeah.
Every player has their own game trays organizer.
Which is very cute.
The game trays organizer for all the stuff. It's just compact and clean.
Artwork's nice.
The artwork's fantastic. Sleeved cards. The card quality's still really good. These ceramic tokens. They're not really ceramic. I think it's just these wood tokens.
The thick quality about them.
Right. And it's just, I mean, the board is thick. Everything is just so fucking nice that
just thick.
I could not praise it enough for the amount of effort they put into the Deluxe Edition.
Yeah.
With that being said, what do you think of Gùgōng?
I like it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's one of those games that, in the one that we played before, it's a fantastic two-player game. Like, you think with 7 actions, or 8 with some expansions, you would think that, oh, we're not affecting each other in any way.
Right.
But the card play is so simple, but yet there's another level of like depth when deciding on how you want to play your cards and
for sure.
trying to gain the benefits from the card and the place you're going to. But also, when your opponent goes somewhere and plays, like, you're like, okay, if I play a 1 there, then I can use my 2 to go to the location again.
Yeah.
Then they do, and you're like, all right, they placed a 3.
And I don't have anything higher than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously that's the main mechanic of the game,
Yeah.
is the trading of gifts.
Which I think is great. I think that's really cool.
I like it too. And I also like that there's mitigation. It's not just like, oh, well, you put a higher card, so I can't do anything now.
Yeah.
Like, you can still go there, but it's going to cost your servants. So it's a weird worker placement game, because you also have your workers that really you're paying as like a payment sometimes to boost your actions of going somewhere. Or, like we just said, if you play a higher card, like if you play an 8 and I don't have a 9, well, I can still trade a 2 for that location, but it's just going to cost me 2 people that I might need to boost actions. So there's like the 2 main things you want to keep in mind as you're playing is, okay, the number and value of the cards, because also that's going to get you more workers, as well as being able to want to boost actions and not running low on workers.
Yeah.
Because you can also spread yourself out too thin. You can place them permanently over there, which means they're gone. You can place them on your ships, which means they're gone. So if you're keeping people out, like I ran into this really the whole game. Every time that we would gain workers from the dice and then from the next day, I was always 1 short. Like, because I didn't have any left in my reserve. So that's another reason why it even mentions in the rulebook, hey, get your level 2 out.
Yeah.
Get them out as quickly as you can, because that's going to let you not have to worry so much about having people.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I really enjoy it.
It's a pleasant game. It is a very straightforward, pleasant game.
Right?
because I know like because I got this confused with Yido because we had played them so closely together in relation to each other. That when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is not the game I was thinking of. I still liked playing it though. Like even though I was expecting one thing, I was like, no, I will.
Yeah.
That's good.
This is one of those games that also, like, depending on how the game goes, like, so you ended up winning. This one and Yido are very tight in points, because one, the going up the Temple Palace, everyone has to do that.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And if they don't, they just don't score.
What was it called again?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Palace of Pears.
It's actually probably closer. I was wondering, every time you're supposed to go up on your track, every time you can't, you get a point.
Every time you can't?
Yeah.
Go up on the track?
Right. So, like, me being here, whenever I was doing an action, like, so it's probably, like, 33 to 35. Like, I don't think there's no way I did that at least 6 times.
I can't remember where...
And you probably did it at one point, too.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably at, like, 50.
No, I don't think you are, but I definitely think... But even then, that's still a very tight game, and you're not punished for going up there early.
Right. Right, you're almost encouraged to go up there early.
Right.
It's like, wow, you are so fucking holy. Like, get your ass in here.
Well, I also like the dual layer of things, where it's like, okay, you want to go up on this intrigue track, because that's going to break ties. That's the tiebreaker. And I think at least 2 times throughout the game, we both had duplicates. But you were higher on this than I was.
2 times. Yeah.
So that's 6 points for you, and then you went up the track. But also, if you build the Great Wall, you can spend these for bonuses. If you spend 7, you can get a Jade. If you spend a 5, you can change the die to match the cards that you happen to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, whenever you look at the end of the game, even though I lost, what I like about games like this is that I can look back on what I didn't do. I didn't do Jade, like you did.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even get an end game thing.
Yeah. You were working on it.
I just let the game get out of hand.
I remember the only reason I went for Jade is because I actually got the same one last time and I didn't do Jade at all.
Oh, really?
Or like I got 1, something like that.
Yeah, because I think I did that same combo, was get 2 points for each Jade, and then also go for Jade so you double up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never had the workers to be able to go out and pay for them. But that's the other thing. What I could have done instead of getting this Jade right here, because I don't know why I did, is I could have gotten the 2 servants. And then I could have spent those 2 servants and 1 more to place 1 over there. Which that would have at least got me 4 points, because I at least had 2 of these workers over here. But, yeah, I like games like that. I hate losing a game and I'm like, I don't know what I did wrong.
Right, you know, you're like, that was just a shit show.
Right, it was either random or I can't pinpoint the moment. But here it's like, yeah, okay. But there's so many avenues to victory.
Yeah.
And the game is so short. Like, you have essentially at least 4 cards in your hand, so 4 actions each round, and then you have to go out of your way to actually draw more.
Yeah.
And that's actually where the ships come into play, because there's some in here, like there's a 0, there's 8s, there's a 10.
Ooh.
Like, in here. You okay?
No, I just didn't realize there was a 10.
Oh, right?
I was like,
And so all of these are actually really good. Like, this one, like, is a 4, but it lets you swap cards.
Yeah.
The 10 is just a 10. It actually beats out a 9.
Uh-huh.
And then, so, drawing cards is actually good, because they all have special abilities. And so to go, and that also allows you to go longer in your round, because it's like, oh, okay, I only have 4, but now I have 5.
Yeah.
So you'll always have extra cards throughout the game. So drawing is a huge bonus. Jade is strictly for endgame. You don't spend it. You don't do anything like that. Yeah, I mean, do you think there's any negative with the game?
You know, honestly, I don't personally think so. Like, and if it is a negative, it is going to be like a very nitpicky negative. But I cannot think of one off the top of my head that I'm like.
Right? Like, every action is good. There's not a single one that's like, oh god, no one's ever gonna do that one. Like, I guess the only thing I would like is maybe one more day to be able to do stuff, but that's what makes these kinds of games really juicy, is that you don't get to do everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you're just like, you have to be really efficient.
Yeah. There's tons of ways to see what symbols you're looking at. And even then, they're very easy to
just kind of guess.
Yeah, because even if you can't guess it, like, there's just that booklet right there, which that's always my biggest pet peeve, is when it's symbol heavy and there's no booklet to go along with it, or it's not easily accessible.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, but it is very much so.
Yeah, I love games with you gain points throughout the game, but then you also have end game, and you can very much clearly see how people are going to get their points. So it's like you had that one, and it's like, oh man, do I want to try and copy that one, or do I want to go a different route?
Right.
I love the traveling aspect. It's just very free form.
Yeah.
Like, one of my other routes that I was going to try to do if I was going to at least go for the Jade was go... Because whenever you travel, you just skip over empty spots.
Yeah, I didn't see that over there.
And then you can spend 3 people to just get a Jade. Yeah, so I think this game is great. What... pretty much the biggest thing that we played with from the expansion was the Summer Palace one. What do you think of the Summer Palace?
It's okay.
Yeah?
I wouldn't say it's, like, mind-blowing. Like, there's nothing, like, so extra special, but it's also not, it doesn't fix the game in any way, because it doesn't need to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't add too much to the game.
Yeah.
It is definitely, like, I don't know how it is with the other ones. Sometimes too many expansions all at once is not a good thing.
Right.
But for that one, it was like a nice little extra step that it's like, hey, I can go down there if I want to.
Yeah, they had the biggest thing was obviously the lady and then the servants.
Mr. and Mrs. Lady.
And this was really interesting because you can just go there, and there were a lot of ways to send your servants down there, and 2 ways for it to score each of the piers. And I thought actually the favorite item was intriguing because it gave one particular card and number like an extra special ability, where it's like after you do the actions you can then try and score, so you can quickly send someone over there and then score it to get your person, and then she lets you do an action, like the actions twice.
That's right.
Which is fantastic. And also if you don't use her, that's 3 points.
Yeah.
So it is tempting to even
it's like, oh, I'll hang on to her. Actually.
Right. And then also one thing but that's like, this one is weird because you only have 4 days to do it, but you could get those servants and just have those available to where whenever, for example, I didn't have people or to spend, but it's like I could have, instead of getting the Jade, get the servants.
Right.
And that would have been 2 people that I don't have to use, to then that potentially could have let me get a 3rd decree or go here.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, this one was you add up all your cards, and then for every 3 you get a point. I would have had 20. I would have had 20 points. That would have gotten me 6 points.
That's pretty good.
If I had that final one, but I didn't do it because I would have had to go back, I think 3 times on here.
Oh God.
So
yeah.
Oh wait, I could have done that technically, like as a decree, but then I would have had to try to work my way
all the way back
up.
See,
and
that's something you have to really like not
do on the last day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless my entire plan, if I was smart, what I could have done was do my entire plan of just go there for free, use one of these cards, this level 1, take that oh fuck, I could have done it. Because I could have done my level 9 or my level 1, that would have let me do a decree. I could have placed there, gone back, and then this, I could have spent 2 people to go back up twice, and then whenever I finished this, it would let me move back up into the spot. But that's hindsight, and that's the kind of card combos that you can try to do. But then, also with the cards I had in my hand, I could have, instead of a 1, just put a 2 there now, and then just go get back up. So, yeah.
Definitely, you have options with this game for how little and straightforward it is. It definitely gives you hidden little gems.
Right? And it's just things like that you're going to learn throughout playing the game a lot more. Because, yeah, the entire time, I think whenever I looked down there, I was like, oh, I'm not going to do that, because then I'll get no points. But I didn't even think about spending my turn to do that, and then try and climb back up. But yeah, so that's an interesting mechanic, is being able to spend people. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. I like how simple the game is, but the depth that it has. And I really don't have, like, any negatives, really. Let's see. The expansion, yeah, we didn't do Stairs of the Palace. We just did the Summer Palace. The expansion does add the Peasant Revolt, so that's a whole nother thing, which I don't know how to play, haven't done that. And then we didn't do Stairs of the Palace. We just did the extra decrees and nude gift cards. Let's see. I can't think of anything else.
I can't either. Like, I just really don't have any negatives. It's a very, very cute game.
Right? So, with that, what would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10 for that box. No. I will give it, I'll give it a 8.5.
8.5?
8.5 for the game itself, but I will literally give it a 10 out of 10 for presentation, because goddamn.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Like, wow.
I think I'm gonna give it I think I might give it a 9 because of it. These are games for me, like the depth of the game, and then like it'd be an 8 on gameplay, but it's gonna get a 9 for the Deluxe Edition, for just component quality and everything like that. But in terms of gameplay, it would be an 8 out of 10. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. There's plenty of variety in terms of decree, in terms of cards you can put in. The Pagan or the Pangan expansion is modular, which those are always my favorite types of expansions.
You can put it anywhere on the board.
No, but it means you can mix and match what kind of expansions you want to play as. Now, granted, I will say one of the expansion modules is just the extra cards. So you really have 3 new ways. You have the Summer Palace, the Peasant Revolt, and then the Stairs. What was it? Stairway to Heaven? Was that it? Stairs of the Palace.
I was like,
but yeah, just looking back on it, where it's like, man, yeah, and just for the point differentiators to be 6 at the maximum, not remembering that you get a point each time you can't move up.
Right.
It would have at least been 32 to 36, but I think we
would have been with.
You would have legitimately won no matter what, but still, that's a very tight thing. It wasn't like one of us was at 60 while the other person's at 26.
I'm still trying to pass 5.
Yeah. It's so solid, and I'm glad I own a copy. So
a beautiful copy.
Yeah, I have a better copy than most people.
Oh my god.
So that is our thoughts on Gùgōng and the Pangan expansion. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.